Walking stance, front snap kick, double side block. Leg returns after each kick. So when we do this movement, we're not actually going to move anywhere. This would be something that we tend to do in a class when everyone falls in at the start, and you'll have everyone in position and everyone will be static for the remainder of this drill. So when we start the movement, we'll take our right leg back typically. First thing we need to do is bring both of our hands up to just in front of our face, and both of the fists are going to face us here. Now there is no specific way around for these to go. Okay, so it is whatever you're comfortable with. And we are going to pull backwards here. Now, we don't want to be sat in an armchair and we don't want to be out wide like a plane. We're down this way here. There's sort of like a lazy bend in the arm, very similar to that we have if we did like a low section block here, but we're going to be out to the sides here. Now, when we do the front kick, we're going to bring the knee high. We're going to extend the leg out. We're going to bend the back knee slightly and protrude the ball of the foot. We'll stand back up, hands in front of the face, and we'll block here. Now there are lots of moving parts and lots of coaching points to cover with this for something that is so basic. So don't get too caught up in it to start with. There are lots of points that we can cover much later on in your Taekwondo that there is no need to cover at the moment. At the moment, all we need to be worried about is making sure we can isolate the arms and the legs, perform the kick and step back and block with some intent. So I find it quite useful when teaching to tell people to say what they're doing. Typically, if you say what you're doing while you're doing it, you don't tend to do too many things at once. The last pointer I'll give is when we're doing kicks, or particularly front kicks in Taekwondo, if you look through the encyclopedia, it always says to leave the arms in the position of the previous movement. So don't guard your head. Okay, we're not guarding our head when we do these front kicks. We're not practicing for sparring. This is a traditional movement. So from here, one, we're going to kick with the arms in position, balance, leg comes down slightly, step back and block. Here. We are doing two movements, so we need just as much aggression on the kick as we do on the block. So don't fall into the trick of doing a really hard kick and stepping back with a lazy block. The last pointer, and this is just a nicety, and it's something that I like to teach in my club. Normally what you would do is you do 10 on one side, for example. Your instructor would say change legs. Okay, so I like in my club everything to look as if it were a pattern. So if we're doing line work, once I've called the class to the ready position, you should look like you're in a pattern until I call you back to the ready position and then tell you to relax. So the change of the leg should look like a pattern. So as we step to the other side, we'd step forwards, we'd shift the weight, the hands come up, and we step back and block. What I try to get away from is just a lazy change, or a lot of people tend to jump and change here. We want to do it as if we were doing a pattern. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate 2 on one leg, 2 on the other, just as I'd like it seen if I were to sign it off in the syllabus. My last pointer, sometimes it tends to happen more with children. If people are flexible, they'll kick really high. But again, if you refer back to the encyclopedia, a front kick should never be done, they say above the solar plexus height or above the sternum. So it's here. It's the highest we need that kick. So this is not a stretching exercise. This is a traditional technique that is performed as an item of line work.